Lord. So irritating. Ma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Because my thing is frozen.
Oh, okay.
It's getting on my nerve. What's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Sis-Lo, with another newsworthy update. I know it's been a while, y'all, since I've been here, and I've been having some technical issues. And check this out: if I have some technical issues tonight, charge it to the game. So it's one of those nights. Well, y'all see the title, right? So we're gonna have a little catch up in the little news information entertainment game here on tonight, and some of the things that we're going to be talking about is the trending topics. One being the traumatic events that took place at the City of Refuge Church in Los Angeles, California, where the pastor is the world renowned Bishop Noel Jones, who is also the brother of famed singer, model, and actress Grace Jones. Well, his wife was assaulted during the Sunday morning service. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to talk about the brawl in Alabama. We're also going to talk about a very unfortunate situation with the botched baby birth that took place down in Georgia. Oh my God. Now, if you haven't heard about that, that was a terribly horrific situation. I mean, that was something that just reading up on that story got to me. So we'll be talking about those issues and more. And I want to just show some gratitude to my mom. This is my god mom, trainer and speaker. Miss Rosetta is on the panel with me tonight, and I'm hoping that we get a few other people that will come and drop in. So, how you doing tonight, mom?
Hey, I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm so glad that you took the time to invite me to discuss these very important issues. So I want to be
Mom,
part of it, and I say thanks.
you know what? It wouldn't be. You the cat's meow, baby. So hey, you got what it takes, baby. Ain't another sidekick like you. Heard you. So I know. Well, I guess I'll start off by reading this article, and maybe that will kind of bring. I'm hoping my stuff don't freeze up, y'all, but hopefully that'll bring to light some of what has been going on. Um, Ma, if you don't, well, I'll try to inbox you if I can.
Oh, it's, my
Um,
background is too loud.
oh no 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 no. This is something I was gonna ask you to do for you, but I'm trying to wait and pull this screen up first. Man, when I tell you that this situation right here, was one of those situations that you don't ever wish. Well, let me go. I'm not even going to go to the article because it's really dragging and it's too slow. It's making my computer too slow. But um, about a year or two ago, Bishop Noel Jones proposed and married his longtime on again, off again girlfriend, um, and who's a chef and a business owner and what have you. And he made Lady Loretta his wife, and she's been the first lady of the city of refuge for, I think it's been about 2 years now. And most people were saying that, hey, it's been a long time coming, right? But not only that, there have been obviously with a man like Bishop Noel Jones, a lot of people, in spite of his his sordid past or some of the rumors that have taken place regarding his love life and things like that, because there are some people who say that he has a daughter out of wedlock with a young lady that once attended the church, and it was alleged that he was not taking care of the baby and whatnot, and the young lady finally got tired of it and brought it to the forefront, and he gave her, as they say, he gave her envelope, her offering envelope, and she went and sat down and got quiet. So she back in the back of the church being, tending to her business, ushering or whatever she's doing. She done went. But the little girl is said to be very, very intelligent. She's a very intelligent, bright little girl. And she's probably in a preteen or something at this point. But at any rate, it was, also further alleged that, he was in a relationship with actress Lisa Ray McCoy. Everybody know Miss Lisa Ray from the Single Ladies, from Players Club, and so on and so forth. And um, so they were in a relationship, and it was said, it was alleged that um, she got with Loretta at one point in time, and ta da 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 tap that. But 9 times out of 10, and then they said that Loretta was on the wayside of the streets. You understand me crying why Lisa and the bishop drove away. But whatever they say, him and Lisa Ray wasn't together, and Loretta stuck around. And after, I think they said 22 years or something like that, she got a man standing by her man. Give him 2 hands to hold you. So she stood by her man, you understand me? And he put a ring on it. So now they're happily wed, and or apparently they're happy wed, and so he was in the Sunday morning service, prepare a nation to preach the sermon, and in come the big Beulah. Well, Big Beulah comes into door, sashayed her heavy self down to the front, cruise where the first lady was sitting with her big hat on in her very polka dot hat and polka dot suit, and the big lady came down the aisle and decided that she wanted to make her face match her suit. I don't think that was the right thing to do. That wasn't cool, and it wasn't funny. Now I'm making light of a bad situation, but it was not funny. Now many people are saying, where was her? security. And how was this big lady able to get that close to this woman? I don't understand. But at any rate, the big woman came and approached.
Hello.
Yes, approached Lady Jones. You want to mute your phone? If you're on the phone, you mute your.
Oh, oh, oh.
I got you. So she went to approach the lady, Lady Jones, and gave her a 2 to 3 piece and knocked her out cold. She approached the bishop's wife and punched her and knocked her out cold. Okay? So much so that Lady Jones had to be taken away by EMS. Now, when I got news of the story hadn't broke yet. So when I broke the story yesterday, um, I'm sorry, Sunday evening, it was late in the midnight hours, pretty much, and so it hadn't taken got a hold to the internets yet. So I broke the news, and a lot of people were wondering where did I get my information from, and that I'm not going to tell you because then it would not be exclusive to me. But yeah, I found that out, but there was no video of what happened on the inside of the church because it wasn't an expected situation. This was a total random situation. It was going on while the service was going on. Took place while the service was going on, and it was so quick that people said it was so quick you couldn't grab your phone and start to videoing anything because it was just there and it was over. However, there is footage of the lady being removed from the church, and as she was detained and being escorted out by security, we find out that her name is Regina Adams. Miss Adams probably stands about 6 feet tall and every bit of 350 pounds, bone dry. You know how they say how heavy you are when you soaking wet, but she about 350 bone dry, and she about 6 feet tall. No kidding. This woman towers over towers. Is how big she was. It was like when she came walking down the aisles, you could actually hear her feet making the sounds of thunder and lightning. So she got the footage of her coming out of the building, and as she's walking away, she's saying, she gave my daughter cancer for stalking her for a year and a half. That's why I did that. Those are her words as she was being carried away. So as we found out what her name was, this woman had the audacity to go live. And once she went live, she got on live and admitted that she was the one that punched Lady Jones in the face. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. She admitted that she was the one who, in fact, punched Lady Jones in the face. And she said it so matter of factly and so blunt and without remorse. And she went on and gave her reasons. Now, it does not take a rocket science, or maybe it takes the fact that I have a degree in psychology. Um, but it doesn't take a degree. Let me just say that to look at this woman and listen to her conversation and know that the elevator does not go all the way to the top. She's a little ground beef short of a taco, and she's planting dead flowers roots up. Okay, so she's not there. She's not all there. But she had the audacity to go live and brag about what she did to this woman. And not only did she brag about it, she got up and said somebody needed to do it. And I don't feel bad about it. I don't regret it. And I would do it again. Well, my only issue with that is I don't think you'll ever have the opportunity to do it again. And if it does, then it's that fault on whoever's assigned to protect Lady Jones and the law. Because to be perfectly honest with you, it ain't no way under God's heaven that she should even be free to continue to make. I mean, she not only made that video, she made several videos throughout the day yesterday. So she was making more and more videos. Hi, Lurker, baby girl, how are you? She made. You're welcome to come on the panel. Just let me know, and I'll drop you the link, baby. Matter of fact, let me just drop it in. Maybe you'll feel compelled to come and join Mama Sis-Lo today. I love you on purpose, and you know, ain't nothing you can do about it, sugar. I bet. There you go. That's my baby, Mom. That's my baby right there. One of the sweetest people I know. I don't understand why this woman is still free. And I'm doing pretty good, Sugarfoot. I don't know why this woman is still free. And I don't know why she is able to continue to taunt this woman. You know, it's not fair to me that she is able to be free and still taunting this lady like this. You know, how she's going live and talking about how she attacked her and she should attack her. But we're going to share this. Can you see this screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to start. I'll be stopping and during the video and talking along with it because you can't just take somebody's content and use it. You have to commentate during it. So, okay, so check this out.
This is Regina Adams coming at you with another busted but blessed Big Mama message. Now, people are going to get mad at me about this message, and to be honest, I don't care because when someone has been stalking you for 10 years, first it was her son. I'm sorry, let me clarify this. My name is Regina Adams, and I'm the one who punched Loretta Jones in the face. She started paying her son August 1st, 2013 to start stalking me and my daughter. I have filed police reports. I have emailed the church. And most recently, in the past year, I found out that she was the one that has been orchestrating all the attacks, paying for all the attacks against me and my daughter. She's been online teaching people how to hack my phone, teaching people how to move against me spiritually, paying people to come around me and my daughter to smoke meth, crank, blow meth, blow crank, whatever it is, they're smoking drugs.
Okay. Red flag number one. She's been stalking me for the last 13 years, and I've been making reports. Oh, okay, that wasn't the red flag because that could possibly happen. There could possibly be a situation where you've been stalked for years and gone to the police about it, and what happened. But here's where the red flag comes in. When someone pays people to hack your page and to come where you and your daughter are and drink in front of you and blow meth smoke and crack smoke in your face. Now that's a red flag if I ever see one. That don't make any kind of sense. She paid the crackhead on my block to come and blow smoke in my face. Stop. Okay, that's red flag number one.
In the air. What made me snap on her, because it was, I said I was going to do it, but there's a lot of times I'm talking shit and I'm going to say I'm going to do something. I actually don't do it. But what made me actually punch her this time was because my appointment today at 3:30, because of all the smoke that people have been smoking around us. I'm thankful I learned exercises to clear it out of my lungs, out of my blood, out of my body cavity. My daughter doesn't have those that have those doesn't do those exercises. So now we have to go to an OBGYN to check to see if she possibly has cancer in her uterus, because she's had multiple periods in a month, and the first period was 2 weeks, and the second period came 2 weeks after that, and it was for 7 days, excruciating pain. Went to the emergency room, and my daughter is not sexually active. So,
Okay, red flag number two. I've heard of people getting cancer from secondhand smoke, but I've never heard of anybody getting uterine cancer from secondhand smoke. Never. I have never in my life heard of anybody getting uterine or ovarian cancer from secondhand smoke and having gynecological issues because of secondhand smoke. So because somebody came down the street because somebody paid them to blow meth and crack smoke, cigarette smoke in your face and to drink in front of you, now you have cancer because you've had 3 periods in a month. Come on now. Anyway, red flag number two.
the results of all of the smoking people have been doing around me made me punch her, because when I was 16, my mother passed away from ovarian cancer. I'm sorry, colon cancer, that they misdiagnosed for 5 years. And having to go through this with my daughter today is one of the reasons why I punched her. Now, mind you, I never would have had that idea had she not planted that in my head spiritually last year. Last year, when I started going back to the church and the middle of my stuff, because see, a lot of times when people do things to you, other people will vouch for them and say, "Oh, that's not that kind of person." No, that's not that kind of person to you. If you're not a threat to her in her kingdom and anything she's trying to accomplish, she's not going to do it to you. When you're not a threat to what somebody is trying to do, when you're not trying to shut that shit down, you're not a threat.
So now, red flag number next. Now she's saying that by psychosis or osmosis or psychotrope. Anyway, she spiritually controlled her mind and said, "Cancer, you're gonna have your daughter. I give her cancer, and you should punch me in the face because I'm giving this to you in your head to come and punch me in my face because I gave you cancer. This is a spiritual thing." And her timelines, right, are definitely off. 13 years ago. 13 years ago, she wasn't even living in LA. She was living in Nevada somewhere. Not to mention, she has a long history, because I did my research, of stalking other people. She even had the Mexican government looking at her boss's son because she told them that he was a murderer, a kidnapper, and a bank robber, and all of this other stuff. And he kept sending them pictures of him next to pictures of another individual that was the actual perpetrator. And so she kept had this man stalking him, had called it everybody, the FBI and everybody. But that wasn't it. She also had the people on her job investigated by the FBI and came and told the FBI that they had cameras planted in the office so no one could tell her what was going on, because if they would have told her what was going on, it would have get caught on camera and it would have endangered their lives, so they couldn't tell her. So this is a history that this woman has.
And because you're not there, you don't have anything to worry about. And I'm looking at this girl trying to come at me, and it's like, she would never do that. She would never do that to you. She has come against everybody that I love and that has loved me in the last year in some of the most detrimental ways we've ever experienced in our life. Never have we ever experienced anything like this before in our life. The most heinous, the most evil, the most vicious attacks you could ever think of to the people I love and that loved me this past year because of her. And I'm realizing, because I know I'm a threat to her kingdom, she attacks me. But now it's my daughter that's under attack. But remember last year when I first started going back to church, she said, "Are you ready to fight me now?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to fight her," in the spirit. Because see, when you stop eating meat, you can hear what other people are speaking in the spirit. And I had stopped eating meat at that time. So it was around September, October, she first came to me and said, "Are you ready to fight Loretta?" Using somebody else's voice. I'm like, "No, I ain't going to fight her. I'm not going to, I'm not doing that. First, like, I'm not doing that." It was the constant harassment in the spirit that she started that nobody wants to talk about.
Okay. So that's enough of that, because it continue, it gets worse. So basically she said in the spirit, and it came in her voice, and so she's hearing voices. So we know that she is schizophrenic and she is bipolar. So here it is. This woman has multiple personalities. She's paranoid, schizophrenic, bipolar, and the voices in her head is telling her that all of a sudden, First Lady is after her, and now she wants to attack her. None of it makes any sense. It absolutely doesn't make any sense. So we get that. And there's some other articles and stuff, but before I um, go to that, Ma, did you want to have something to say? I'm doing
Well,
well.
I have a couple of things I would really like to say related to that issue.
Okay.
If now you talk about flags, now this is just a flag, and maybe you can help explain it to me, because I'm quite sure you understand it much better than I would. If this woman has a history about having a mental issue, why would not the church have security against her? If you know this information, if you can seek it, how they did not know this?
Well, I don't know just yet.
Well, I guess I'm not
If
really asking you the question. Let me take that back. I wasn't really asking you the question. I was just,
you're
uh,
making a point.
yeah, making a point, placing it out there. She's got these mental issues. Okay, so why? So when she made this video that we're watching now, would I be correct to say she is out of jail, or did they actually detain her?
Allegedly, apparently she is, because
Okay,
this happened
okay,
Sunday and she made
okay.
the video yesterday.
Okay.
And
Okay.
another thing is that there was a time when she ran up to her in the bathroom, and when she approached her, she ran out of the bathroom, and she said that she just asked her could she talk to her, but from what security says is no, you threatened bodily harm to her. If you want to see her, you have to make an appointment with her. You can't just approach her like that. And then the reason why you can't talk to her is because you threatened her. Now, why that woman was allowed to come in the church and
In her
not be
bathroom.
watched? No,
In
well,
her.
no, that was the bathroom part was in the past. This
Okay.
didn't happen Sunday. Sunday, this happened
But I'm
during
speaking of
service.
in the
She came and
past,
approached.
in the last 10 years. But I mean, Loretta has been dating uh Pastor, or Bishop,
Right.
and so with her been dating him, I'm
And
quite
it
sure.
hasn't been for 10 years. It's only been 13. First she said 13, then she said 10
Okay,
years.
let's say
Then she
13.
said a year and a half.
But if this woman has
Yeah.
been
But
dating
she
the man,
hadn't even been in the church. She was in another state, that lady.
right? But I'm saying,
She wasn't even living in the church.
but if she got a chance to punch her, that's my point that I'm making.
Right.
Why
She
that
should have never
wasn't
been able to get close to
right
him.
to get close to her, and how did that she would be so common that could get next to her? I mean, I'm just curious about things and how she isn't locked up. However, I guess the really issue with me is um I can see. Well, I don't know how somebody got to her like that. I just, I go to church. I don't go to, one particular church all the time. However, you're not able to get. Well, I guess you can get to them because if it happens real quick, when people do their tithes, they walk across the floor. So I guess you could punch somebody real quick. But I can't see why she's not locked up in a mental institution or somewhere.
She should be. But I think one of the reasons why this is what I'm thinking. This is just my thoughts. It's not fact. But because she has a history of going from city to city, different places, moving around, I'm thinking before she is prosecuted for anything or anything should happen, she jumps up and moves away, running from her issues.
Right.
Because
Okay. But if she got
where
locked up
she's
Sunday,
been,
let's say putting your hands on somebody, Sunday, it's not. Well, I don't know how it is there in out in California. However, here you get locked up on a Sunday, you're gonna be jailed. You're gonna be in jail until you go to court for your hearing or whatever you call it. Like
exactly.
for something like that. So I'm just trying to figure out. Unless maybe they said, "Hey, we're not pressing charges. We know this lady have mental issues. We're not gonna press." So that could be very well.
Well, in this case, I don't see why they wouldn't press charges when she sent that woman to the hospital. She knocked her out cold.
Well, I can't see why she wouldn't be in the hospital. I mean, not in the hospital, in jail right now. Right now.
Exactly. I'm wondering why she's
Yes.
not locked up. What is the reason that she is not locked up right now? Why she's not being detained? Why? That is just beyond me. And on top of that, she's admitted that she was the one that put hands on this woman, and then she's saying that she will do it again.
Well, do we know that she was the perpetrator of this crime?
Yes,
Oh,
the
okay.
video, the video shows her.
Okay.
It's her. Mhm. The
Well,
video shows her, and then she goes, and then other people are commenting. Yeah, it's they know that it's her, and that's the issue that I have. And not only, she's a public figure as well. This woman is nationally known. She's a public figure, and she's a bishop's, a pastor's wife, and he's well known, right? So I'm not understanding why this woman is not. Let me say, my church. You know that where our first lady is. I don't think. that anybody could have even started to approach her in such a way. No matter how quick it was to happen. Unless they came and got her coming from the office into the sanctuary. And even then, she doesn't walk alone. But there's absolutely no way that that woman would not have been tackled to the ground or something before she got a chance to lay hands on First Lady or been able to make it out after she did. There's absolutely no way that would have happened. First of all, we have security all over the church. And we have qualified and well-trained police officers in the church that are security. Police chiefs. And we have people that bear arms. So, and we're not as big as that church is. So I'm wondering how a church of that size, as prestigious as that church is, as well known as that couple is, why was she even able to approach this woman and beat her so badly? Even if she landed one punch, 2, 3, 4, 5, that, whatever, it should not happen. It should not have happened. And then for her to go out and say, I did that because she gave my daughter cancer. If you know that people have mental issues, first of all, people talk about pastors, and I've seen pastors that say, no, you're not coming back to the church until you got some help. And once you got the help, you go ahead and get the help that you need and get a letter from the church you just left. And then and then we'll talk about it. And they get mad and they go viral with preachers that are asking them or telling people that they know they can't come back until they get help. But 9 times out of 10, those churches have had situations like this one happen with those types of individuals. So they have to be cautious.
I agree.
They have to tell them, no, you can't come back until you get some help. Because every time you come up here, you starting a fight with somebody or you doing something. So if you're not going to take your meds and get any help, no, you can't come back. And they can say that, oh, it's a church, but no. Are you going to put the other congregants in danger? Because everybody out there in internet world, in the viral world says, oh, that's not fair. Y'all supposed to be a church. No, we're supposed to protect everybody as well and make sure that everybody is safe. Just because a person is human and has a soul, you don't want them to come in and take the lives of other individuals because we are a church and we're supposed to let it happen. No, got to be wise at everything. So let me put that out there. But people that are judging pastors and people like that, and then when people say, well, why did she have to make an appointment to see her, and what makes her that she can't be approached by people, and for stuff like this, she needs to make an appointment because she needs to have security around her when people like this come to see her, because it could be potentially dangerous.
I agree. I mean, number one, anybody who says anything like that, it's 100% they do not go to church. Those are my thoughts. That's what I believe. Anyone, because number one, you would not even be allowed to sit in a certain area if you had mental problems. Okay, I'm just telling you, you just would not. Because we know that you're capable of doing something that will harm others. Maybe we will let you go. You might have to watch it in a room on a television screen. But we can't allow you to come into our church and disrupt a service because you believe something that you are hearing voices. Hear them, but you won't hear them up front. I mean, a church have every bit of right to protect your parishioners, all of them, not some, but all.
Absolutely. By any means necessary. Or you'll have another Dylan, what's his name situation, where he came in and shot up the church. And they were being receptive to that young man. They treated him with love and kindness, and he sat there with them throughout the service, smiled in their faces, and then killed them.
Well, we understand that because guess what the people did? The children never did anything. The murderer who came and shot all those children up. So we know that people that have mental issues, we have to make better laws for the mentally ill so that they can get the help that they need. But we can't just allow them to, because they have mental issues, to disrupt everybody else's life. Number
And I
one.
guarantee you that somewhere, because in one of her videos, she mentions about being estranged from her family. And I can just about guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, the reason why she's estranged from her family is because nobody wants to deal with the issue.
And nobody
Nobody
knows
wants
how
to
to
deal
deal
with
with it.
her because they can't handle her or they don't know what to do. Well, she need to be what? What is it, 5150? She need to be institutionalized, medicated, and then some type of case management once she comes home to make sure that she's taking her medications and following through with whatever treatment is necessary.
But that's our federal government. My whole issue is the mental health issue. Is just like anything else. We are just now beginning to realize and accept the fact that people have mental health issues and they are real. And when people have mental health issues, then it's upon our federal government to make sure they step in to provide that, because we're allowing people to be hurt. Like the people who have mental health issues are also being brutalized because they don't understand things. They're sleeping on the street because they don't understand. They're away from home. They're not eating properly. They're not getting proper health until something like this happens. Now she's assaulted a person, but really maybe because of it they couldn't do anything. I don't know. Maybe California have different laws, but that's a shame right there.
No, they can do something.
Well, why did they let
They
her
can
go?
do
That's all I'm
something
saying.
because Charles Manson was mentally ill too, and he died in prison.
Yes, but I'm
They can
saying why didn't they keep her?
have no idea why that
Yeah.
woman is not being detained at this
Yes.
point. I have
Yes.
no idea. It's she's out to hurt someone else. She's out to hurt someone because whatever the voices instruct her to do is what she's going to do, and
Yes.
it's unnecessary. And it's not. This is beyond just the church. But guess what? The next individual, church or not, is not going to sit and ask her, "Do you have mental issues?" Before
But I
somebody
mean,
puts
I'm
it.
so shocked that the other people, because I'm just telling you, I've been to a lot of churches and I've attended churches and I belong to church. You're not going to get away with it. I'm just telling you. Now, you might, just like and I know you were going to talk about that, the brawl, but you're not going to be able to do it. Now, unless the police is right there, oh, somebody's going to tap that behind, baby, real quick. As quick as she thought she was, it was quite a few of the church ladies would have got a hold of her real quick.
Honey, that's what I
That's
said.
what I'm
It
saying. So
couldn't
it's
have
it's
happened
it,
at
it
Rhema.
behooves me how
Baby,
she
let me
was
tell
able
you.
to do all that and still get walked out the church. Now she might have got carried out the church, but she wouldn't have walked up out of it. Nah, not talking.
They would
Mm-mm.
have needed another stretcher.
For
They would
real.
need another stretcher.
Yeah,
Some pallbearers to carry
they'd have
her
beat her with a Bible.
because she was big. So
They'd have beat her with
they
a
wouldn't
Bible. I don't
need
care
a
how big she
stretcher,
could have
but
been,
they would have needed pallbearers to
a
carry her to the church.
giant.
But
But
she wouldn't have walked out, baby. She'd have
no,
been carried out.
no, she wouldn't been talking to no cameras or nobody else. No.
She would have been carried out.
Once she woke up, maybe she could talk, but not then.
I'm trying to tell you, and she became. She'd have some kind of sense when she woke up. She might not have had none when she now lay me down to sleep, but when she wake up, she be praying the soul she keep, because she wouldn't be coming back. She have more sense than she know not to try it again. How about them numbers? Because she should have never been in a situation where she walked up on that woman and attacked her in the brutal manner she did at all. I'm sorry. That church is big and they have money. That church is big and they have money. There shouldn't have been no reason whatsoever. But anyway, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out more. Um, this is new. It's only a couple of days old. So I'm 100% sure that there will be more to come out. And her again, her name is Regina Adams. So if you want to go and browse through uh, some of her browse through her page and go through some of her messages and posts and things like that. If you want to go through and do that, then you can, and you will be able to get more insight on what type of individual she is, her mental stability or instabilities, and you can see those things for yourself because she's not a well individual at all. Um, that's just
But the video alone, you don't even have to go anywhere past listening to the video. Just listen to that, let you know her mental capacity, her stability. She didn't you don't have to go. You don't have to go on her page. Just listening to that, just by saying that she stalked. How old is her daughter? Did she ever say?
no, she didn't say.
Okay, so that's and
Yeah, she didn't say,
she
but
didn't say. You understand what I'm saying? She didn't say how old her daughter was, and she stalked her daughter. Uh, um, she said her daughter is not sexually active, so that makes me think that her
her
daughter is
daughter's
an adult.
yeah, she's an adult, and she said something about her having a cycle 3 times last month and a few other things like that. So yeah, that was yeah, and
Yeah, but that
and
lets
her
me know. I'm
daughter.
just saying she's.
And here's the thing: she doesn't even know if her daughter has cancer or not. They have an appointment to be tested. She don't even know
But that's what I'm saying. That by itself lets you know the
all of
mental.
that, all of those things, and then some of the history that she was talking about. Oh, it's just a mess. And the chatter on her page didn't about Loretta did not start until last year. Before that, it was her trying to get somebody at her job arrested, and also before that, her trying to get her boss's son arrested. Uh, uh, the owner of a restaurant for being a cartel, Mexican cartel or something.
I really don't understand. That tells me something about Bishop Jones' church. I don't know what kind of members they have in that church that none of those people know that. I'm just saying that sounds ridiculous to me. That this woman was able to do all this with somebody else. You found it, and you're not even in Los Angeles. You're here. You're here in Michigan, but you got information on somebody way out there, and they don't have it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And like there are some churches when you first come into church, they come in and before you're able to do any, even our church, before you're able to do any work in the church, especially in the office or something like that, you have to have background checks and things like that.
But I'm saying as many
Now,
members
not
as
that
you
she
have.
was doing it, and then she kept saying the reason why she was in tune with the spirit was because she didn't eat meat and she paid her tithes.
Right, but she's mental. So none of that.
Exactly. That's
So
all
my
of that.
thing is,
Her
how did all those people?
conversation.
in that church didn't pick that up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
None of the members there knew nothing about this woman.
But and I mean, and then too, you gotta think about this. How many people in the world are mentally ill?
But I'm speaking of going to the church. That's what I'm talking about.
Right,
Their church.
and go to a
Nobody
large
heard of her.
church, but they don't do harm to other people.
Yeah, but she's been trying. Like you know that she has tried to do harm to other people. That's all
Right,
I'm saying. And you're
right.
not even there. So
So they
you're
should have been
here
on it.
and you got the information. You
Yeah,
know that they're there. I mean, it then came all the way across these states and made it to Michigan. Even though we know the internet is here and you can get any information, but come on, they didn't get the information. Nah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
all I'm saying. They're
Exactly.
really, they slipping real bad. And then let her walk up out the church. No, she might have went up out of there, but they'd have been sorry about that.
I'm trying to find this article real quick. Um, give me 1 second. Oh, here it is.
And what's that article on?
I'll tell you 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up so you can see. Trying to make sure I got the video. Or I might have to read it. Looks like I'd rather have the video. Hold on. Try Jesus, not easy. Try Jesus, not me, because I fight. That's why that picture that I have there on my thumbnail. My video. I would not, honey. You would have to try Jesus, not me, cause baby, I put some paws on him. You understand? A left and a right and a right and a left and a up and a. Anyway, but this is the next one. Now this story right here is a very sad story, and I'm going to warn everybody. It's very graphic. It's very heartbreaking, very, very hurtful, unfortunate, and I cried when I first heard this story. Okay, this particular story comes out of Georgia, and it's about a young couple who was having their first child, and their baby died during the delivery process, and it was negligence on the behalf of the doctor. It turns out that the doctor actually decapitated the baby because she was pulling on the baby too hard, pulling the baby's head, trying to force a vaginal delivery when she should have given her a C-section. But and the mother even asked for a C-section because the baby started to um, get into stress, and she was like, well, can you just do a C-section? And the doctor was like, I got this, I know what I'm doing. And she kept trying to force the baby through vaginally and decapitated the baby. But the crazy part about it was when the baby died, they lied to her. They lied to the parents. And they told the parents that they couldn't hold their baby because it was against policy. They couldn't hold their baby to see their baby. They also told them that they should just go ahead and cremate the baby because they were trying to hide the evidence. So what they did was they wrapped the baby up, put the baby's head on top, and wrapped the covers so that it looks like the baby's head was still attached. And they showed them their baby behind the glass. But that ain't it. The doctor never came in to talk to them to tell them the truth until the next day. And by that time, they didn't want to talk to the doctor. The way that they found out that their baby died because of decapitation was when the funeral home called them and said, ma'am, you know your baby's head is not connected to the body, right? That's how they found out. So this is the news story for that particular thing, and this is where the funeral home manager actually informs them that this is what happened. So let me know if you guys can you see it? I gotta unmute. Can you see the
center 1 month ago? Lawyers say a couple was preparing to welcome their first child into the world.
And unfortunately, their dreams and hopes turned into a nightmare that was covered up by Southern Region Medical Center.
Lawyers say Jessica Ross went into labor for 10 hours on July 9th. When complications arose, they say the doctor did not call for proper emergency procedures in a timely manner, calling the doctor negligent.
For applying ridiculously excessive force on the baby's head and neck.
Then lawyers say Ross was moved to get a C-section.
The feet came out, the body came out, and there was no head.
After, Ross was not allowed to hold her child, only view him from behind the glass, according to her attorneys, who say the hospital tried to cover up what happened to her baby.
Up to that point, they had encouraged the family to, hey, just have a cremation done. Oh, no, you cannot do a autopsy. Well, if you want an autopsy, you have to get it paid for you by yourself. You're not entitled to that.
Ross's attorneys claim she didn't learn of the injuries they're now describing until 3 days after she gave birth. We reached out to the hospital for a response to the lawsuit, which says in part that it denies the allegations and says the doctor mentioned is not an employee of the hospital. The hospital also says its heartfelt sympathies go out to the family.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow it.
So I do have the name of that doctor, and I will give it to you guys in just a second. I will give you the name of that doctor, Dr. St. Julian. I can't think of her first name at this point, but I will give you the full name. Of Dr. St. Julian, Dr. Tracy St. Julian. Yeah, it's Dr. Tracy St. Julian. And let me make sure, because there's more than one. But she should have called for help. Yep, Dr. Tracy St. Julian is her name. Mom, are you there?
I didn't want to, disrupt the video.
Her name is Dr. Tracy St. Julian. And she was the woman that they trusted to bring their baby boy into the world safely. And they said that she used extreme, excessive force, trying to force that baby's head through the mother's birth canal. And as a result, they decapitated this baby. What do you think about this story, Mom?
You
Yeah,
say what?
what do you think about that story? I know I would have been inconsolable, more than any of my children. That had to be hard.
Well, I think that is just horrible. It's not shocking to me because that's what I expect hospitals to do, not to decapitate your child, but to cover up. That's what they do. They cover up for each other. You know how many years they've been doing it?
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden they're getting caught because lawyers are trying to make money. I don't know, God, what happened?
Well, they wouldn't have got caught if they had cremated that baby as they wanted to. And not only that, if that funeral home manager had not come to that mom, come to those parents and say, listen, did you know that your infant son's head is not attached to his body? And they were like, what are you talking about? And
Exactly,
this,
but I'm saying they've been covering this stuff has been going on for years. They just got caught. So I'm not shocked at all.
this is again,
That's
this is
why these attorneys are getting rich and richer and richer because that's what they do now. They're investigating every opportunity that they can.
here we in.
And it's so sad that the family has to go through that. But
This is what I got to say.
Not me. Try Jesus, not me. Cause I throw hands. Yeah. Try Jesus. Please don't try me. Yeah. Cause I fight.
That's what I got to say. Try Jesus. Don't try me. Because I fight and I throw hands. Try, try that down on this here avenue. Huh?
that's it.
Two dudes in the country that's waiting for you. I'm not about to sit here and let you try to get over on me. Like, but they did it with my mom. They did it with my mother. And they played on my grief. They played on my grief and the pain that I was going through. And exhaustion. So let me tell you, anybody out there, let me tell you all this. When you are dealing with a situation with your loved ones, don't follow your emotions, follow your heart. Your emotions might say, don't worry about it, just let it go, let's just in it. But no. Make sure that you do justice for your family and yourself and your loved one and investigate everything. Because you'll be left tormented thinking that you didn't do enough or you should have, would have, could have. And whatever you do, these people in the hospital are like car salesmen. They want to get you to buy into whatever they're selling. Oh, no, 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 no. Go ahead. Like, I can't tell y'all when my mother died, how many people called me, want me to donate her organs and skin and all this. And not only that, that people were calling me, telling me, asking for this and that. I mean, donate her to science so that they can use her for scientific purposes and all kind of. Come on now, when you grieving, it's hard, especially when it's only one or two people making all the decisions. Don't feel rushed into anything. If you need some time, take it. Don't feel rushed into anything. And let me tell you something else. Talk about the hard stuff now, so you won't have to fight after later on. Talk about their last wishes. Talk about the insurance situations. Talk about what they desire to have and what they want to do. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't want no sad. I want a comedian at my funeral, making everybody laugh, and an altar call. I don't want no sad singing and flower bringing. I don't want all that. Instead of buying a bunch of flowers and stuff like that, get some money to my kids and have a party afterwards. I like to laugh and I like to make people laugh. So do that at my service. I don't want all that sad stuff. And I don't want my kids spending a lot of money trying to bury me. Don't let them play on you about this casket is more airtight. That one won't seep water. That one, all of them get water in them. Ain't none of them gonna keep you looking 19. Keep the money, as much of that money as you can, and do something for yourself. Take the kids somewhere. Buy them ice cream. Take them to the hotel. Let them go swimming. Something. But don't sit around sad. And most of all, let your kids know. Live on. Be happy. Enjoy your life. But make all the decisions that you want to make. Do all that stuff now, y'all. Because you don't want to be sitting up having your loved ones sitting up waiting a month after they're gone because y'all can't come together and agree on a funeral home. That's injustice to the person that you love and to each other because y'all power tripping.
Well, you know what? That's an easy fix. That's a really easy fix. I mean, that's my. You once a person knows what they desire. I met a woman in a store, not too far from where I live. And when her father passed, she was one of the salespeople. He had planned everything for his funeral. Her mother didn't have to do nothing but come to the funeral. I mean, he had did the whole thing. He even had wrote down who he wanted to sing. Now, if that person had to die too, they'd had to pick somebody else. But he said who he wanted to sing, who he wanted to eulogize him, what he wanted them to talk about, his kids. I mean, he did everything. So
Mhm.
I guess one of the things we have to do, because that's not an easy conversation. I don't mean it's an easy
It's not an
conversation,
easy conversation, but if you
but
write it down and make it plain, they
right.
still
And go ahead if you write
somebody
it down
still
and
gonna go
put an
against
emotion.
it.
Put it because people say all of this stuff, and so the other thing is, this is a personal belief of mine, is that we place too many emotions on situations. We have to train our children to think, because I'm dealing with issues with my young people, and when I say my young people, I'm talking about my grandkids and great grands, and my children. A lot of times they are, these kids are very angry. I mean, they apply emotions to anything. Yeah, they tried to play me when I went to go get my gym shoes. I stood in line. I had number 3, but then they're gonna act like I didn't have it, and they said they was out. So you're gonna get mad about that. So they get mad and angry about the smallest and shortest thing. So my point that I'm making is that they're getting upset, and that's what happens. Just like you said, when your mother passed, you were such in a high emotional state. They could tell you all of that stuff. I remember when my girlfriend, a very dear friend of mine, afterwards, later on in years had passed, she said, "Girl, they just played us like a fool." Not only did her mother have a casket, they had a key, as if somebody was gonna go in the body and take it out. They had a key. They paid all
Mhm.
this money for a casket that had a key that they could lock. the whatever else that you put in. And so, it's
Yeah,
just
my mother's casket was like that, but I didn't have to pay that extra money for that.
oh yeah, no, they paid a lot of money for an extra key for that other vault thing and this and that. Oh, they just because that's they catch you at that time. So and it's a hard thing. This woman and her baby. I guess when I think about how sad she is, it's because that's your first child. However, I have and I know it doesn't matter, it hurts, but it would really hurt had it been to me, a child who had lived and they damaged that child doing something and tried to cover it up.
It's terrible, Mom.
Yes, it is. It is. So
It's terrible, and I
it
really
is.
feel bad. I don't think we're gonna get to the Alabama Brawl story tonight, but we'll pick up with that on our next broadcast.
Okay, dokes.
But we're past an hour on here, and it's getting late. It's almost midnight. Look at
Yes, it
that.
is.
Yeah, baby. But I'm so glad you came on here to join me. You've been a wonderful co-host.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad. I hate that we ran out of time, but we're going to take a look at this the situation to make sure we cover all of the issues that we want to make sure we cover and talk about, and we want to let those who are listening to us to know if there's a subject you want to talk about, that you want to hear us discuss, that you want to have a say in it. Hey, let us know.
Yeah. And you can contact us at Trash Talk Alley 22 at gmail.com. Trash Talk Alley is all one word. 22 at gmail.com. And let us know what you want to discuss. Well, Ma, I want to say I love you on purpose, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
All right, back at you. And
And
listen,
y'all, we don't say goodbye because goodbye is so permanent. So we say later for now,
hey,
and we'll get back at you on the flip side. This is your girl Sis-Lo, and
Rosetta Cooper.
tell them where they can find you at. On you got an IG?
I don't know it.
We
I
gotta
don't
get
know.
you an IG account.
I have one. I just don't know what it is. I think it is my name. I'm not really. I know it's my name, but I don't know if it's R Cooper.
Well, if they want to contact you in your email, what's your email address?
God, I don't know. That's a shame, isn't it? I'll know next
Okay.
time. I tell you, when we join in.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure, and then we'll have you put your cash up next time. Cause if you like to send your gifts or donations to us, give us a little gift on the Changaline. We sure appreciate it. My cash app is $ SISLO. And I appreciate you. Gonna have Mama Rosetta put her cash up next time, right up where her name is. And we will talk to you guys on the next time. And we will pick up where we left off at. I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And we'll talk to you later. See ya. And I wouldn't want to be you.